Good evening and welcome to the kindergarten transition meeting. We are so excited that your child is getting ready to come to school with us, and we just cannot wait to welcome him or her on the first day. We're going to tell you a little bit this evening about getting ready for school. There are two general categories that your child needs to be informed about in coming to school. The first is social skills that your child should have in coming to kindergarten, and the second is academic skills.
For the social skills, can your child follow two-step directions? For example, please sit down and get out a pencil, or please stand up and push your chair in. Sit for a story. Listen without interrupting. Move through the room independently. When the student would move to maybe, for example, the bathroom, we don't want the student stopping at the chalkboard, at the bookshelf. We like the student to move to the exact part of the room that they should be going to. Ask for help when needed. Follow rules and take care of clothing and bathroom needs.
The next thing we're going to look at is our academic skills. And one of the things we'd like for your child to be able to do is hold a pencil correctly. So the first thing we're going to ask is that you put the pencil in their non-writing hand. Then you're going to use your three fingers, your thumb, your pointer finger, and your middle finger. And you're going to make a little alligator mouth, okay? And it's going to come right on over, bite the pencil, and then you're going to flip it over. And then your child is ready to correctly hold his or her pencil. Okay, so that's one of the skills you want to have ready for them when they come into kindergarten. In addition, we'd like your child to be able to write his or her first name, and you can do that in fun ways. When they draw you a picture, have them autograph that picture for you, okay? Knowing his or her first and last name. So practice that with your child. Walk up, hi, my name's Mommy. What's your name? And they should be able to respond to you, Joey Smith. We want them to be able to do first and last names. Recognize some letters and some numbers. They don't need to know it all. Again, this can be a fun activity. You're driving down the street and you see a street sign. What letter do you see? You're eating from a box of cereal. What letters do you see on the box of cereal? Show interest in stories. So when you're reading to them, are they asking you things? Do they go over to the bookshelf and ask you to read them a story? Do they read the stories themselves? And after you have read a story to them, can they retell it to you?
Here are some things that you can do to help your child get ready for kindergarten. We're going to ramp it up. The first thing is read, read, read. We cannot overemphasize the importance of reading. Read aloud, read together, go to the library, anything that you can do to have your child read and listen to reading. Secondly, talk about the things you've done together. This is really good for practicing oral skills. Your child will learn sequencing, how to relate and replay the things that have happened. So at the end of the evening, you might just talk about what you did during the day. Give your child some responsibility. Have him or her help a younger sibling, pick up his or her toys, help with the dishes, so that your child can be ready to learn responsibility. Help them to become good friends. Help your child to learn how to share, how to say please and thank you, how to take turns with friends. And let them know how proud you are of the progress that they're making and the person that they are becoming.
A lot of times parents are wondering whether their children are ready for kindergarten, and talking to the preschool teacher might be the first person that you want to talk to about this if you're having some doubts or some concerns about your child's readiness. Oftentimes parents are also wondering that if their child isn't already reading or writing, that he or she is going to be far behind their peers. Kindergarten is a long journey, and children come at all different levels, and a good kindergarten teacher and a great kindergarten program like the one you're going to be attending will be one that will take your child from where they are to where they need to be in their own time. So those shouldn't be things that you're concerned about before the school year begins. Parents are often wondering in this summer before kindergarten starts, what can we be doing at home to help build some of those skills that they need? Some of those activities you've already heard a little bit about, but one is to play word games. A lot of kindergarten is about developing an understanding of the way words work and the way our language works. And so we play lots of games in kindergarten that are very easy for you to play at home. Trying to find words that rhyme or words that start with the same letter are some examples of some of those games that you might play. You might try and think of words that are 2 claps long, like the word pencil or table. As well, you might want to try some counting and matching games with math. Counting pennies, matching and pointing as they count are all great activities for building math skills. I Spy games help to identify colors and number shapes. I see something that's red. I see something that's round. Puzzles and board games are great ways to build some sequencing skills, some following of directions, also building some of those fine motor skills through building puzzles and developing some logical thinking skills. And of course, we want kids to get lots and lots of experience with cutting with scissors, coloring with all kinds of different manipulatives, markers, crayons, chalk. Drawing is great. Even painting on the sidewalk with water and a paintbrush are all activities that are fun for a child to do, but are also building those fine motor and gross motor skills they're going to need to be successful in kindergarten. Sometimes parents are wondering, what are the things that we need to do to get ready for the first day of kindergarten?
A great thing to do is to plan a visit to the school. That way they're not as scared. They've been there. Get a chance to meet the teacher, walk around, so it's not such a scary place. There are some fantastic books out there that you can read to your children. Mrs. Bindergarten Begins Kindergarten, Will I Have a Friend? Annabelle Swift Kindergartner, 'Twas the Night Before Kindergarten. All of these are some great books, and there are many more, so check out your local libraries. Set some routines. Start thinking about changing bedtimes. Things that they're going to have to get ready for school, getting up in the morning, getting dressed, having their clothes ready, that sort of thing. Make some connections with some other children in your neighborhood that will be attending the same school. Maybe they'll be in the same class, and that way when they walk in, they're not so lonely. They know a couple people. And talk about their feelings. Let them express to you how they're feeling, and talk to them about how you felt and what school was like for you, some positive experiences that you had in school.
Here are some resources that you may want to use with your child to help learn about reading, about letters, about math, science, and the last link is for parents, and it has a wealth of graphic organizers and ideas for you as you're working with reading, writing, and thinking with your child.
And remember, kids do change quickly. Today, they might learn something, and tomorrow they might forget it. And the final note to remember, you are giving us your greatest gift, and we know you have different emotions. We just want you to know that we are excited about sharing this journey with you. Thank you, and have a great upcoming school year.